Hello, Look for Less. My name is Lauren P. Dodge, and my tip for today is how to contour the face to give it more shape and definition. So when you're thinking about makeup, you should consider it as like a cake. A cake has the cake part and the icing bits. If we were talking about contouring, that would be considered more like the cake part, the base part, before you can actually put any of the icing on, which would be the color, which would be your eyeshadow, your mascara, your lipstick, and all of that good stuff that changes with the trends. But contouring is always going to be your bread and butter to making a clean canvas before you do anything special to it. So when you consider contouring, what you're trying to do is bring more definition and shape to your face, and by doing that you'll have three shades. You'll have your highlight, you'll have your midtone, which we've already applied to Jordan. It's going to be your foundation, and that is to really just cover up all the flaws, your blemishes, and to give it a very finished look before you shape your face. And then you'll have your shadow, which we'll be using in a powder form. So after you've applied your midtone, you're going to go ahead and take your highlight. And your highlight, the reason why we have highlight is all of the shape that is closest to whoever is looking at you is going to be highlighted. So we're going to look at the T-zone, which is going to be the bridge of your nose, your chin, right above your lips, over your eyebrows, and you can pull it up a little bit, your cheekbones, under your eye a little bit, and this, putting it under the eye, even though under your eye is a little recessed, you'd think that shadow would go there. We're trying to pull it out just a little to make you look fresher. And then on your jawline, okay? Now the highlight is going to be just a little bit lighter than your midtone, which is your concealer and your foundation that you've applied to your face, which should be the color of your skin. And an important thing to remember when working with any kind of liquid or powder makeup is you want to blend. Blend, blend, blend. Now, I've been working in all liquids right now. I put foundation on her that was liquid-based. Look up, please. And as soon as I finish with the liquids and I go into a powder, I don't want to go back into using liquids. I want to stay with liquids, and once I set it with powder, you have to stay with powder. Now, they have some shadows that are in liquid form, which you can use, but I just prefer, when I do my shadows, to use powder, because just for me, it's a little bit easier to use. Now we're trying to do street makeup, so this isn't going to be too terribly obvious. We're just trying to bring those places of her face that are naturally more towards you, towards the audience, out, so that when we go over with the shadow, it will be a lot more obvious. So now, we're going to powder this to set it. When you powder anything, no matter what kind of powder you use, I'm using translucent, whatever you put down is going to be just a touch darker. So keep that in mind when you choose the colors for your face. It might look light when you put it on, but it's always going to darken up just a little. And this will set it. Great. Now we can use our shadow. go in with an angled brush. Now looking at her face, which parts are furthest away from us is where we're going to want to be using our shadow. I'm not using bronzer because it has a little orange in it and makes you look like you have a fake tan. So I'm using something that is primarily brown. We're going to start at the parts that are furthest away, around the hairline just a little bit. Kind of staying away from that upper portion of your cheekbone because we want to keep that highlighted. Under the neck a little, under the jawline. Now the cheekbone, if you can face this way. The cheekbone we're going to start pretty heavy toward the hairline and stay fairly heavy right underneath the cheekbone. And then we're going to drag it down. Now I'm accentuating this so you can see what I'm doing. You can lighten it or darken it however you choose. I'm going to pull it up a little, again, this way, at the temple. Blending, making it darker, further away from the front of your face and blending it out towards your face. Other direction. Okay, and under the jaw again. Now other places you'd want to do it very lightly here, because you don't want to see it on the side of your nose, but just a little bit on either side of your nose. And then close your eyes, please. You can pull it up just on the inside, right underneath your eyebrows, underneath your nose. And if you want to look a little tanner, you can pull it out even a little bit on your forehead. Okay? And as you see, we've defined her cheekbones, we've defined her nose a little bit, we've defined her jawline, and her forehead. This helps you if you're trying to achieve a more defined or thinner face, or change any type of structure on your face, the shape of it at all. Again, my name is Lauren P. Dodge, and this is my Look for Less tip. Thank you.